Hi everyone, my name is Julia and today we are going to talk about translation of expressions and slang in English. These are the tricky and fun parts of learning a language because they don't always have a direct translation, and with this video you will understand why. By the end of this lesson, you will understand how to interpret common expressions and slang in English and how to find the best way to translate them in Portuguese or in your native language. A very important point that I want you to not to forget is the translation also depends on how big is the public that will have access to the text. If it's a national text, for example, it is important to think in general words that a large number of people will understand. If the text is translated for a group of fans of a specific book or film, the choice of words should follow their context. Let's start with an example that I really like to talk about. Jekyll and Hyde. Have you ever heard of the story of the strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Well, it's a famous book that tells the story of a doctor who has two personalities. In Brazil, it is called The Doctor and the Monster, o médico e o monstro. In English, people use the expression, this guy acts like Jekyll and Hyde, that means that the person changed his ways according to the situation. This is a case of translation that when faced, you should do some research on Jekyll and Hyde to understand the best way to translate. In Portuguese, depending of the context, we can use duas caras, falso, hipócrita. Everything must be analyzed. A widely used slang that can confuse the translator is tea. We know that tea is a drink, but it also represents gossip. For example, he cheated on her and now they're breaking up. That's the tea. The tea in this context is gossip. In Brazil, several words are used to translate gossip, such as fofoca, babado, fuxico. The word you use will depend on the translation context. For example, the word fofoca is widely known, while the word fuxico is used by people of a certain age group in a certain region.
Now is your time. What these expressions below means. Break a leg, piece of cake, spill the beans. So, here we have the answers. Break a leg means good luck. For example, I hope you break a leg in your presentation tomorrow. Piece of cake means something very easy. For example, the test was a piece of cake. Spill the beans means to tell a secret or information. For example, spill the beans, we want to know it. Now it's up to you. How would you translate these expressions? Do this exercise after this class.
Well, that's all folks. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this lesson, leave a comment with your favorite expression or slang in English and how would you translate it. Bye!